What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. So you clearly see the title of the broadcast. Yes, it is going down out here. People are losing their jobs because they're out here being dingbats, posting a bunch of dumb shit, and wishing death on people with opposite opinions of them.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Technically. So apparently, people are out here, of course, as we see it, everybody's seen it. I'm pretty sure of course, you have the internet, same as I do. You're seeing these idiots out here that are losing their minds, basically, happy that, Charlie Kirk got, done in like that. And I've seen posts where they were actually wishing, negative things on this man's family and children as well. This is crazy out here. It's getting ridiculous, but we're going to jump this off real quick here. And it's not real quick, but we're going to jump this off and we're going to see what's going on here. So listen, look, we got people that are reporting these dingbats out here that are actually online happy about somebody passing away in this tragic way. So we're going to go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Hi, my name is Quinn Pratt, and I like going on the internet and finding people who like to make fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and I let their employers know what they're up to online. And we got 7 more confirmed fires. But before we get into this, I want to make sure everybody completely understands what I'm doing here. This is absolutely not political for me. This is not a political thing. It is a moral thing. I really don't care who you decide to vote for or really care what your beliefs are. That is your decision as an American. But what we should all agree on is what happened to Charlie Kirk was absolutely disgusting and deplorable. And it shouldn't be the butt end of the joke or mocked. And that brings me to my last point before we get into this list. I have been getting tagged literally in thousands of videos. And some of these videos that you guys are tagging me in, I might not like or agree with, but they didn't really do anything wrong. Just because somebody doesn't like Charlie Kirk and they said, I don't feel anything for him passing, I don't care that he passed, that's not a bad thing. That's not them making fun of Charlie Kirk. They are allowed not to like Charlie Kirk. They are allowed to feel absolutely nothing about his passing. And those people, I never give a second look because they're allowed to have those feelings. But anyway, let's get into it. Lucas from Wisconsin, you're fired. Shelby from North Dakota, you've been fired. Mary from Louisiana, you've been fired. Shauna from California, fired. Andrea from California, fired. Franklin from New Jersey, terminated. And Deborah from Kansas, yeah, your boss says you no longer work there. Thank you to all my new followers and supporters. I sincerely appreciate it. And I want to make it clear that I'm not going to these employers and demanding that these people get fired. These people are getting fired because the employer decides to let them go. All I do is being like, hey, just so you know, I saw this video that one of your employees put out, thought you might want to see it. And I do not contact the employer ever again. Whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or somebody in the middle, we can all agree that an innocent man's life was taken, and that is not funny. It's nothing to joke about. Some of us may not like what he said. Some of us may not believe in what he believes in or like his beliefs, but it doesn't warrant somebody taking his life. When is enough for us? When are we going to learn that we all come from different walks of life and there are many different beliefs out there and that that's okay? We don't always have to agree on things, but we also do not have to demonize or take the lives of people we do not share the same opinion with. If you'd like to support me further.
Listen, look, this is where we at here, and I definitely agree. It's sad to see the situation that we're in. And like I've said previous, we can't allow this door to be open as far as people having difference of opinions and stuff like that and actually being deleted because of your difference of opinion. And far as this goes with this doxing situation and, everybody getting fired out here. I mean, listen, look, we got to be honest here. If you owned a business, corporation business, whatever, if you owned a business and things like that, and you had people like this around you that were actually happy to see people die in gruesome ways, especially innocent people. And I know, nowadays everybody want to try to complicate things, which is not really complicated. The difference in opinions are the difference in opinions. Charlie Kirk never did anything physical to harm anybody. He never actually went out and, lynched anybody in any trees. He never, protested for violence or anything like that. He never did anything to that warrant a situation like this to happen to him, regardless of whether you like his opinions or not. And we cannot allow this door to be open, because it's going to be open season for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are at this point. You know what I'm saying? If we allow this door to be open like this, rich, poor, gay, straight, it don't matter. If we allow this door to be open right here, where you can actually be gunned down for your opinions and your state of what you think is the facts for you or whatever, then it's a huge problem out here.
What the French toast is there to think
That's a
about?
huge problem. Definitely, because we have the what is called the First Amendment, the right to free speech, things like that. And we cannot sit here and allow this door to be open. And I'm gonna scream that very loudly, because this is very disrespectful to us as Americans and the way that we actually want to live life in this country. Have we become so degraded to where we are so sensitive in society to other people's opinions and other people, thought processes? And some people have facts and some people don't. A broke clock is right twice a day. Listen, look, let's just be honest here. So we're going to go here now. Let's check this out.
The amount of sick liberals and psychos who have been fired today alone, just today, more than 200 of y'all. That's crazy. At this point, it should be called the firing squad. Oh my God. I'm not sorry, because what did you guys expect? You expected a cookie? For what? For what exactly? Because y'all had the audacity, you had the effrontery, you had the confidence to mock, to make fun of, to celebrate publicly online on the internet a father of two little children, a husband who was only 31 years old. You were celebrating his assassination that was on live, that was broadcasted for the whole world to see in front of college students. Y'all need to be grateful, because that's all that was taken from you. You still have your lives and you can still go back to your families. But Charlie Kirk, on the other hand, he's gone. He's gone. And his family, they can't see him again.
And, these are facts here. These are perfect facts that this young lady's talking about. Mr. Kirk is gone and he can't come back. And like I keep saying, I'm seeing all types of egregious things, what I'm saying? And I'm starting to see things about, wishing, egregious things on his wife and children now. I mean, it's just going out there. It's just going way out there. It's starting to go way out there. And this is a huge issue. I mean, Jesus Christ, and if the tables were turned on some of these people and things like that, they wouldn't want people wishing that type of illness or ill will on their family members and things like that, or on them. And they're sitting around here laughing it up, thinking that this is a game. And, most of these people have normal jobs, what I'm saying? I'm starting to also see, across the internet here, a lot of teachers are being fired because they're having these sick opinions, what I'm saying, about, Charlie Kirk. And it's wow, bro. It's wow. But yes, though, I'm sorry, like I said before, a lot of people still have morals in this country, and we do not make fun of the dead, and we're not going to sit around here and tolerate this rhetoric that you super left out your mind as people are thinking out here. This is crazy.
What the French toast is there to think about?
This is crazy. And it's sickening, man, to see that this is where we've come to here in America. This is what we've come to. And it's I don't understand. It's got to be a way out of this sick mindset. But if not, then what do we do? What do we do with these individuals that actually are willing to push the button on free speech? Because that's what they're doing. They're celebrating the fact that we can push the button on free speech. Should nobody say anything tangible, or should nobody say anything righteous, or should nobody say anything at all, whatever, it just should nobody say anything anymore. Let's go here now.
From social media posts that were put after Charlie Kirk's death. We've been seeing it really across not only the public jobs, but also some private sector jobs as well, but also in our military. I want to bring you this information that a Marine was fired for his social media post after Charlie Kirk's death. The result of the Pentagon's campaign to reprimand troops for inappropriate posts about Charlie Kirk's killing has been swift. Captain Austin Gallegos, a spokesperson for the Western Recruiting Region, confirmed a Marine officer whose post became part of the campaign on social media has been relieved of his duties as a recruiter and is now being investigated. Another military official who spoke on conditions to candidly discuss ongoing investigations confirmed that their service branch had also initiated several investigations of service members and their social media posts following online reports. Also want to show you what Sean Parnell put out, saying it is unacceptable for military personnel and Department of War civilians to celebrate or mock the assassination of a fellow American. The Department of War has zero tolerance for it. Pete Hegseth also saying, we are tracking all these very closely and will address immediately. Completely unacceptable.
Right. Right. And we have to hold these type of people accountable in these government positions like this. This is an officer that has sworn a duty to protect and serve the citizens of America.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
He's sworn a duty. And see, this is the thing right here. And we're going to get into this right here, right now. I'm going to tell you people something out there. When you accept these types of careers, because this is a career, you know what I'm saying, job career, because, you know, people losing jobs and careers. When you accept this type of career right here, you are subjugated to that career. You no longer own your own self. You signed the paperwork that made you subject to said career. You are an officer of the land. You are an officer of the United States of America. You're supposed to conduct yourself and represent the United States of America, all citizens, no matter what they say, no matter what they do, whatever, you are supposed to represent the people of America. And you're supposed to protect the people of America. You're not supposed to get online as a captain in the fucking military and talk out the side of your neck about a citizen of your own home country that just got deleted. What the fuck is this? What is this?
You old fish-eyed fool.
What is going on here? What is going on? And this man thought he was justified in talking out the side of his neck about his boss's friends, because that's what's going on. Come on now. Charlie Kirk just got deleted here, and he's talking out the side of his neck about his boss's friends. The president of the United States was actually friends with this young man. Pete Hegseth was, I don't know if they was like super friends, but you know, good acquaintances. Listen, look, they all ran in the same circles. Let's just keep this honest. And you mean to tell me you willing to risk your career? And I guarantee he was making decent money as a captain in the fucking military. Man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You willing to risk that to talk out the side of your neck because you didn't agree with some opinions, technically. And then you want to sit there and be okay with somebody being deleted that you have sworn a duty to serve and protect for in this country. Man, okay. This is where y'all want to go. This is what y'all want to do out here. This is how it's going down. You got your government, army officials, captains in the army, and all this type of shit talking out the side of their necks about Charlie Kirk getting deleted on a public scene, going viral. This is ridiculous out here, and no wonder we're being laughed at over here in America. No wonder these other countries don't have the respect for us anymore. When we got our own fucking army captains talking shit about their own citizens that they're sworn to protect. This is crazy.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Man, we need to stop this shit. Oh my, they need to fry his ass. Seriously. Man, you gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. All right, so we finna go here and look at this bat right here. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he lost his job. This nigga's forehead is huge as a motherfucker. It's crazy out here.
I made some stupid comments about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, you did.
On the day that he was shot.
Dang.
I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for, but I said them and I deleted them when it was requested that I do so by my employer. And then today on a weekend, I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft.
Oh, he worked for Microsoft. He was working for Microsoft. What you thought they was gonna do, dude? You made a comment about a man that was publicly deleted in front of the whole world with his family and children there, probably good friends there. What are you talking about? You made a horrible comment about a person that, regardless of who it is, let's take Charlie Kirk out the situation, regardless of who it is, and you're wishing you're happy that this person is got deleted. You're happy that this person is, regardless of what opinion that this person has, he has an opinion too. I guarantee he does. I guarantee he has opinions. I guarantee you know what I'm saying? He want to sit there and talk out the side of his neck, but low key, I guarantee he got certain opinions. Look at what the opinion he probably left about Charlie Kirk. Come on, man. That got him fired. We have to start actually thinking out here. This is crazy.
After 6 years, building the diversity, equity, and inclusion department from scratch.
Oh, the DEI shit. That's gone anyway. Okay.
I lose my job because one of you, some random person, reports my posts to my employer, goes out of their way to find out where I work and takes my job, takes my security away from me for a thought, for an opinion. And you talk about freedom of speech like you care about it.
Now, see, what y'all doing out here is not freedom of speech. Y'all are happy that people are dying. That's not freedom of speech. That's not freedom of speech. And see, this sick, twisted ass thought process that's going on nowadays. You think that it's okay to celebrate somebody's death like this, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. You think that shit is okay. And no, that's never okay. That's immoral to the highest degree. You never speak ill of the dead. I don't care what you think about that person and stuff like that. If you don't have a good thought process or whatever, you know what I'm saying, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. But you don't come out publicly and wish ill on people and wish, death on anybody. I don't care who it is.
And you're just going to take my money, my life, my food off my plate because I don't like Charlie Kirk? That's not okay. It is not okay to target me because I felt joy that day. I can't help how I feel. I felt joy. That's me. That's what I believe. That's what I think of him. I can't help that. So I don't deserve a job?
Obviously, that's what Microsoft think.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Man, these businesses are not wanting these these stupid people around. Are you mean to tell me, you know what I'm saying? Come on now, let's just keep this real. These businesses are not finna risk these multi-million-dollar corporations are not finna risk this shit for you. They're not. That, you know what I'm saying? Especially with this political climate, the businesses is easy to tank. You know, man, come on now. They're not finna risk that shit for you. Come on now. They're not finna risk millions of billions of dollars because you had a fucking opinion and you were happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Which that's not even a damn opinion. You actually was, you know, okay with somebody dying like that. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole situation right here. That you okay with somebody dying, you know, in an egregious way, especially an innocent person. This man, Charlie, never did anything to anybody. He had an opinion, you know, and I'm gonna scream that to high heaven because, you know what I'm saying, I have opinions. You have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? You have, you know, your thought process of how you feel and think about, you know what I'm saying, your values and morals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want anybody, you know, deleting you because of what you believe or don't believe. That's the whole purpose of freedom of speech. That's the reason why we don't need this door to open here to where, you know, the freedom of speech is going to become a battleground for deletion, you know, if we allow this door to be open. So let's go here now.
This is justice for Charlie Kirk, and since I can't sleep, neither will you. Say hello to Jeffrey Schroeder, who just so happens to be a lieutenant in the Toledo Fire Department in Ohio. And although you've made a career out of extinguishing fires, today you ignited a fire that can't be extinguished. And your demise is all thanks to you. If only we could find on the little old thing called the internet the address, the phone number to where you work, at least for the time being, because I'd be surprised that you make it through the weekend with a job and make it through possibly the rest of your life with an accepted application. If only I had almost 300,000 followers that would be able to call this fire department and demand that this man be let go of his job. If only we can have a peaceful protest outside of that Ohio Fire Department. Man, what change could 1,000 voices bring? This is where you come in. Peaceful protests go a long way. But don't worry, Jeffrey. You'll have our thoughts and prayers. And for anybody that's still watching, if you haven't smashed that follow button.
Okay, this is where we at though. You know what I'm saying? This gentleman just stated the facts, and this is where it's at right here. So obviously, you know, I just showed you, you know, a few people out here that are actually down to figure out information. Let these people, you know what I'm saying, call these people's jobs and stuff like that and present the information. Now, I mean, listen, look, at the same time, though, here, you know, you could sit there and say and talk out the side of your neck all you want to. I don't know how some of you people feel out there or think and stuff like that, but I wouldn't want people working beside me or working for my company or anything like that that actually would be okay with, you know, being happy that people are dying. I mean, you know, regardless of what. I don't care who they are, public figures, the next door neighbor. I'm not okay with people that are walking or around me. That's okay with people that are dying in crazy ways. You know, not just from, you know, cancer or so you got some, you know, health issues or something like that. You know, you're getting deleted, assassinated, all types of, you know, listen, look, bruh, this is not cool. And this is not anything that America has ever, you know, stood for. This is crazy.
This is justice for Charlie Kirk. Say hello to Hannah Mashburn. What was that? Sorry, Charlie Hashburn. You better buckle up. This one's going to get good. Of all the individuals
Holy
that I
shit.
exposed, this one may be my favorite because unlike everybody else, you had the most to say. But like every single other vile person before you, your decisions led you straight to me. The list goes on from things that you had to say that you thought wise to say. Little did you know that Grace Unfiltered would soon begin to look into you, and everything that I found was just mind blowing. You had me a little bit on a little bit of a witch hunt, but I found what I needed to find. All thanks to you. Because at first I thought I was looking for one person. Then when I found you, I continued to dig. And that is when I came across something that I wasn't expecting. And lo and behold, Hannah used to be Charlie. Is it because you share the name of Charlie Kirk that you felt so vile against him? Or is it because the multiple jobs that you've had, each and every one of them, has fired you? And we might add one more to that tally. Because you posted this picture. And I started looking. And it just so happens to match this picture. And if that wasn't the seal of approval, on one of your recent pictures, the earliest one that I could find, you're wearing that company's sweater. And when I looked up the information online, lo and behold, your picture was a mere identical to theirs. If only I could find their information. If only somehow.
Hold on here. What is this?
If only somehow.
Damn, hold on. My bad. Hold on.
If only.
Friday Harbor House. Friday Harbor House is a waterfront inn. Let's see. San Juan Island featuring. Okay. Friday Harbor House. Looks like it's a resort or something. Okay.
Somehow we can get a hold of them to let them know what an amazing employee they have and what sort of posts this individual feels good about posting. As I've said multiple times in many of my other videos, I do not advocate for violence. I do not seek vengeance. I do not seek revenge. I seek justice for Charlie Kirk. And unlike you, Charlie, the one that they took away was a way better version. And if you're still here by this time, make sure that you smash this follow button and go to my link in my bio.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying? This is where we at though. And it's sad to see what's going on here. This is ridiculous and highly disrespectful that we are having this conversation and that we're having to deal with this across the internet right here about what happened with Charlie Kirk. Man, wow. And I've never seen so many people that are showing their true colors like this. So many people are okay with people being deleted for opposite opinions. And that's my message that I'm dealing with here. This is out of all the broadcasts that I'm doing about the Charlie Kirk situation. That's my entire message, is that we cannot allow that door to be open to where we cannot have the freedom of speech. Everybody needs to keep that civil. We need to keep that, to where we can actually still sit down, have conversations, about difference of opinions in this country and try to come to some solution or some common ground somewhere to open that door to where it's no longer going to be able to sit down and have conversations about difference of opinions. Is going to be a huge problem for the survival of this country.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
I'm sorry, but it is. And it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.